Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your official WWE Sunday Night Smackdown Live review. And... what? The fuck are you talking about? It's Sunday Night Smackdown Live. Oh, it's Backlash. Jesus fucking Christ, you fucking asshole. Why didn't you tell me? I'm watching the show. I don't know what the fuck I'm watching. I think I'm watching something that was aired previously on Tuesday night. Did this look like a pay-per-view to you? Huh? Fucking asshole. I'm sorry, guys. I got some miscommunication over here from fucking goon over here. You fucking asshole. Backlash review result. I can't fucking tell the difference. I don't know whether I'm watching a pay-per-view or a fucking Smackdown Live episode on Tuesday nights, man. I don't fucking know. Backlash review and results. Let's talk about it. All right, man. Enough of the fucking joking around. What we got tonight, man? Backlash review and results. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And I will say this, you know, I've been very critical of the SmackDown brand. I really have. You know, I have certainly done my fair share of highlighting their mistakes and their fuck-ups. And I've been one to really not talk about the good that SmackDown has done. You know, it's very difficult to find the good in what SmackDown has been doing. I mean, it's very easy more times than not to find the bad in something. This is why when I come on here and I talk about an NXT TakeOver special or a Cruiserweight Classic, it's more difficult for me to talk about those shows because literally there's nothing wrong with those shows. You know, when you got a TakeOver show like we see in this year in Brooklyn and Dallas, it's very difficult to pick out the bad in those shows. Especially with the Cruiserweight Classic for the last 10 weeks leading up to Wednesday's final episode. Can't wait for that. But, like I said, with SmackDown, it's been a lot of illogical booking decisions. We haven't seen the majority of their roster. The storylines have been very, very forced, and there's nothing there that you can really invest your time in, or, you know, the storylines are really non-existent. For a better lack of, terminology, there really are non-existent storylines on SmackDown. So it was very difficult for me going into this show to have any type of positivity whatsoever. And usually when WWE has these types of shows, ones where you just go in here and you have absolutely zero expectations whatsoever, they usually end up being the shows that are the best shows that WWE put on this year. And I will say this. I was willing to give SmackDown a chance after Backlash. In fact, I am. I am. I'm still going to hold my word to that. Because I know going into No Mercy, which we have coming up, I believe it's the second week of October, the second Sunday in October, I think they're going to do a better job as far as storytelling goes. Okay? One of the things that everybody was worried about, besides the storylines and the storytellings and the angles going into this pay-per-view, was the lack of depth on the roster and the lack of matches that were planned for this show. Is it going to fill the 3 hours? Are they really going to make the most of their time with the 3 hours and nothing but 5 or 6 matches, you know? Going into this, I had zero expectations. Coming out of it, I'm pleased, man. I am very pleased with tonight's show. Obviously, there was things here and there I did not like. Here, you know, there was things here and there that I just genuinely didn't give a fuck about. Kane was on the show. I mean, obviously there's a whole heap of wrong right there. But underneath all that, Backlash was a very, very, very good show. And it was a very good show to showcase SmackDown and their first brand exclusive pay-per-view. I'm very pleased with what I seen tonight, man. Really. And I got to give it to WWE. Going into the draft, I felt like WWE was going to make SmackDown NXT light in the way they do things, in the way they operate, in the way they handle storylines, making things simple and easy to follow. No overcompensating and trying too hard and having things just be forced. I thought SmackDown was going to be booked very similar to the way NXT is booked on Wednesday nights. Tonight, I finally got that feeling. Tonight, the way the show was paced, and with the match lengths, and how everything unfolded tonight, it honestly felt like an NXT TakeOver light. With the amount of matches that we've seen, and them trying to fill 3 hours with not really what we're accustomed to seeing as far as the WWE roster. And I gotta give them credit. I gotta give them credit for making do with what they had. I gotta give them credit for really going into this and letting the superstars shine. I gotta give them credit for letting the guys go out there, the guys and the women. Can't forget about the women. The guys and the women go out there and wrestle. There was no bullshit. We had 6 matches, and we watched a wrestling show tonight. That's the most important thing. It's not like a fucking Monday Night Raw where you're sitting there and waiting for the fucking wrestling to happen, and you gotta sit through fucking 68 commercials, and then by the time we actually get to the wrestling, it's like 45 seconds. And then they take another commercial break. Tonight, we seen wrestling. Tonight, we see Mauro Ranallo on top of his game. Announce team still sucks, but Mauro Ranallo, obviously, is the voice of SmackDown. God bless him. He makes everything feel even more important than it really should be. And you got to give him credit because he, as just like everybody else, went into this, trying to understand the storyline behind most of these matches. With him there, it makes it a lot easier to be excited and feel excited. And when a big moment happens, you genuinely get excited. So good on him. But SmackDown tonight did good. You got to give them credit. It felt like an NXT TakeOver light. They made do with what they had on the roster. And I was very pleased coming out of this. And again, I'm glad that I was right. No expectations going into this. Made for a very, very enjoyable Sunday night. Most of you probably watched Sunday Night Football or Sunday Night Baseball. Tonight I watched a good old-fashioned classic wrestling show. And I was very pleased with what I seen. So that's pretty much that, guys. Now, as far as the matches go, we had a few things happen before the event took place. And one of the matches that was actually supposed to be one of the marquee matches on this show, Randy Orton was unable to compete tonight at Backlash for concussion reasons, okay? He will not be doing any wrestling for the foreseeable future until he passes a WWE concussion issue test. This is from the PW Insider and Mike Johnson. You got Randy Orton unable to compete tonight at SmackDown's Backlash pay-per-view. He was scheduled to face Bray Wyatt. The report states that Orton has not been medically cleared to compete. Following his loss to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, WWE was hoping that the Viper would be ready to go by tonight, and that is not the case at this moment. He is currently backstage, or he was backstage. He was actually on the show in a few different scenarios. We'll talk about that as we get on with the review. But he was there, backstage. It is unknown at this point what WWE will do with the storyline going forward. It is also being reported that his scheduled rematch with Lesnar is upcoming at a WWE live event in just a couple of weeks, September 24th, in Chicago. And that is in jeopardy of taking a hit as well. WWE might not even make that match happen in Chicago if Randy Orton cannot pass his concussion test. The finish of the Orton-Lesnar match was surrounded in controversy as the Beast unleashed a fury of offensive elbows to the forehead of Randy Orton, causing him to bleed immensely. The referee stopped the match and awarded the victory to Lesnar via TKO to end SummerSlam 2016. Obviously, I will continue to monitor this story for you guys, whether it is on my Monday Night Raw review or for a SmackDown review when we talk about SmackDown Live on Tuesday, or if we talk about it on Off The Script, whichever comes first. As soon as I get information somewhere on my channel, I will be talking about Randy Orton. Okay, so I thought this was going to be a huge blow with only 6 matches on the card already. You take one away, and Randy Orton's not able to compete. I don't know what WWE was planning to do when this news broke. So immediately I was wondering, the card is looking a little weak right now. And this is something that I was slightly interested in seeing, because I'm very curious to know what they did with Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton going forward. I felt like Bray Wyatt could have, used a good victory over Randy Orton tonight. But, fuck everybody and their needs and wants for Bray Wyatt to succeed. WWE, quite frankly, doesn't give two flying fucks. I don't know whether they hate Bray Wyatt or if they just really don't have anything for him. They put him on the show and they embarrassed the fuck out of him. which we'll talk about a little later. But Randy Orton, if I hear anything, I will let you guys know on my channel in some way, shape, or form. So that was one of the big storylines going into tonight's show. So Randy Orton's out with a concussion. The other big thing that we were, contemplating is the championships. The two vacated championships. One for the Smackdown Live Tag Team Championships and the other for the Women's Championship for Smackdown Live. And that's exactly what they started the show off with. Shane McMahon comes out and he opens up the show with Daniel Bryan. Shane brags about how awesome the fans and everyone have been, so far. SmackDown's ratings have seen a rise. A rise in what? The only thing that is rising is the fucking boner in my pants when your sister fucking undresses in front of me. SmackDown is not rising anywhere. So I don't know where the fuck he's getting his numbers from. Give me a break. I think the overall WWE product, the ratings are tanking, not rising. So, I don't know who fed him those lines, but clearly he is full of bullshit. But I found it funny anyway. So, they are talking about the new titles. Shane introduces the women's title, and that's what's going to open the show. So, we got Becky Lynch, Naomi, Nikki Bella, Carmella, Alexa Bliss, and Natalya. I went into this thinking that Nikki Bella was going to win it. And I am not afraid to admit that. I have valid reasons for thinking that because you got Nikki Bella coming off injury. She is a marketable name. She is the biggest name in that women's division, whether you love her or hate her. And she has a reality TV show coming out with her sister Brie, John Cena, and Daniel Bryan called Total Bellas. I felt like that they were possibly going to give her the championship and kind of build that show because they want it to be successful, being that it's its first season. So I had valid reasons for predicting Nikki Bella was going to win. Everybody wanted Becky to win because quite frankly, she deserves it more than anybody. I mean, you've seen Charlotte be successful. You've seen Sasha be successful. You got Bayley now on the main roster. She's going to end up being successful. I feel like Becky Lynch has gotten the short end of the stick when it comes to the 4 horsewomen. And tonight, everybody wanted her to win just based on that fact alone. She deserves it, and it's her time. I thought Becky would be better in a babyface chasing a heel role instead of winning it in a multi-woman match at their first pay-per-view. But in the end of all this, the women, I will say this, gave you one hell of a fucking match. This match went next to 20 minutes, and it was very, very entertaining. They continued the storyline with Nikki Bella and Carmella. They showed you how bad the women want to succeed on SmackDown, and they gave the fan favorite, the fucking favorite with everybody on SmackDown, who has the hearts of all the little girls in the crowd and even some of the men, Becky Lynch. She won her first title in WWE, and she is now your new WWE SmackDown Live Women's Champion, the first woman to be crowned champion for this brand following the brand extension, and I couldn't be more happy for her. She certainly deserves it. She's going to do the belt well. She's going to be a fighting champion. And I gotta admit, man, the way WWE has pretty much catapulted their women's division right now and are making all the women solo, individually, shine on their own. And they are going out there and showing you why you got 6 fucking talented women on this roster. WWE let them go, man. They fucking took the shackles off. They took the handcuffs off. They took the ball and chain off, and they let these women go out there and give you 20 minutes of great fucking action. Great stuff here. Great way to open the show. People were fucking going crazy for the victory. It actually came down to Carmella and Becky. And I didn't think they were going to give Carmella. She was like the dark horse in this match. I didn't think they were going to give it to Carmella, but I do think that they set up nicely for Carmella and Nikki's feud to continue. As long as there's some type of storyline going on in the women's division outside of what happens with the women's championship, I am okay, man. You got, a very, very thinned roster. The women now have an ample opportunity to shine. I like that they're getting airtime, they're getting TV time, and they're getting some time to really show what they have. This is great, man. This is one of the things about the brand extension, one of the very few things I liked about the brand extension coming and being instituted in the WWE. Women like Naomi, women like Alexa Bliss who were just called up. women like, Carmella. They're going to have the time to show you, like, these women are fucking good. Naomi's fucking talented, man. She did some shit in this match. One of the most athletic women I've seen in years in WWE, man. Fucking jumping off the top rope, doing planches off the top rope, dives over the top rope. She's fucking great. And listen, she reinvented herself following this Team Bad bullshit, right, with Tamina and Sasha Banks. She invented herself quite nicely, man. Her intro is nice. It's good, Nikki Bella came back, worked her ass off to get back. Carmella, she's in a, ongoing feud with Nikki Bella. That's going to get her some notoriety. Alexa Bliss looked good in this match. Natalya, she's like the odd woman out, man. She's like the fucking third wheel. Yeah, she's there, but, does anybody really give a shit? No, but not taking anything away from her, she's still fucking talented. Probably the best women's wrestler on that roster. And then you got Becky, who's just good at everything, man. Except for when she gets a little too excited. It's a little cringe. That's just my honest opinion, though. But congratulations to Becky. She wins the Women's Championship, and she certainly deserves this opportunity to lead that women's division. And I will say this as well. Eva Marie is due back in a week. And I don't know, man. I'm terrified. I'm really terrified. Now that you have a face champion in Becky, and you have Eva Marie, who's clearly a heel, are they setting up Becky to feud with Eva Marie for the first fucking feud she has back from her suspension? Please. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I have to go buy some Clorox tomorrow. I have to have Clorox ready. I have to open it, and I have to prepare ice cubes of Clorox and put them in my refrigerator or my freezer, my ice box, and I have to let them chill overnight. And when SmackDown Live comes out on Tuesday, and we finally see Eva Marie's reemergence, I'm going to dump some of those Clorox ice cubes in my iced tea. And I'm going to fucking drink it. And then I'm going to pretty much, well, you guys know the rest. Eva Marie sucks. She doesn't deserve a goddamn thing, number one. Number two, she doesn't belong anywhere near Becky Lynch. It's coming, though. It's coming. Listen, don't ever tell you I never warned you. It's coming. It is coming. Hopefully Alexa Bliss gets a nice opportunity here. I think that would be a great starting feud for Becky. But what the fuck do I know? I'm just some idiot on here talking WWE in front of a camera, in front of a microphone. And what the fuck do I know? I don't know anything. Anyway, moving on after Becky's victory. Usos versus the Hype Bros. Well, WWE, you finally did something right. The Usos, they actually look impressive. They really do. Not only did they shed the fucking colorful face paint, they even shed their war dance. And they came out wearing all black. I mean, one of them looks like fucking Roman Reigns, man. But I tell you, man, a new attitude, a new look, and some aggression goes a long way, man. Seriously. I don't know who's got the thicker beard, man, Jimmy or Jay, but one of them's got a huge beard, thick beard. He's got some gray, fucking mixed around in there. He looks good. He looks good, man. He looks intimidating. He looks tough. Especially with the way they are portraying themselves in their actions in the ring. Chop blocks, going for the legs, cutting people down, double teaming, cheating, right? Behind the referee's back, illegal tags. Just a no bullshit, I don't give a fuck what we have to do as long as we win attitude. I like it. I like it, man. Good on them. Good on WWE for doing something so simple and making the Usos look good. And you know what? You guys succeeded. I actually, just a little bit, fucking care about the Usos. More than I did ever before. But that's a step in the right direction. And I like them, man. They look good. They look good in all black. Now all we got to do is fucking get Roman Reigns on board. What's so difficult about doing this with Roman Reigns? If Roman Reigns had this treatment 2 years ago, maybe I'd be sitting here singing a different tune about Roman Reigns. But it does need to happen. What they did with the Usos, they got to do with Roman. Simple. Absolutely simple. They went against the Hype Bros. Let me tell you, man, Mojo Rawley's a fucking beast. This guy, there was one instance in this match that he legit, like a fucking speeding Mack truck, smashed both Uso brothers so hard that they both went flying into the fucking barricade. I thought one of the fucking Uso brothers' heads went rolling into fucking aisle 5. That's how bad it was. It looked great, though. And Mojo Rawley is a great compliment to Zack Ryder. He lives that fucking hype bros mentality, man. That's why I like them. You know, they're different. They're energetic. And I like what these guys bring to the table. We got a nice fucking match here. You know, back and forth. Nice match. Went 10 minutes. Usos won. Now, I like that they gave the Hype Bros some spotlight here. I initially thought that maybe the Hype Bros would go to the finals based on American Alpha interference here, costing the Usos. But we didn't see American Alpha this entire pay-per-view, so I'm assuming they're going to be saving that. Chad Gable's out for 3 weeks. He'll be back very, very soon, and that's when they're going to pick up the storyline. But the Usos win with a tequila sunrise. Conan is fucking happy, man. It's watching this pay-per-view somewhere. Good old Conan. WCW days. Tequila sunrise, 10 minutes and 11 seconds to Zack Ryder. And the Usos advance to the finals of the tag team tournament. Good stuff here, man. Very, very entertaining match. So that's 2 matches to open up this pay-per-view, which I'm happy with, man. I got really nothing bad to say about it. It was just good, classic, fun wrestling, you know? And I was interested in the tag team title tournament regardless, so I was interested to see this match in particular, to see how everything would play out. But the Usos win, they look good, and they advance to the finals. Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz. Now, this one's tough to call, man. It really is. Intercontinental Championship. You know, there was another instance before this match actually took place with Daniel Bryan and The Miz. And The Miz is saying that he wants to renegotiate his contract for SmackDown Live. So Bryan says nothing. He's just standing there, and you see the smoke coming out of Bryan's fucking ears. He's so fucking pissed off. Miz laughs at the idea of Bryan calling him a coward. I want you to watch me do what you can't do anymore. The Miz is a fucking dick, man. I like that line. But obviously it got Daniel Bryan fucking pissed. And I thought going into this, okay, well after that, maybe Daniel Bryan, by some way, costs The Miz the Intercontinental Championship so that he doesn't have to renegotiate his contract because he's no longer champion. You know, The Miz was saying, listen, I'm going to win this match, I'm going to retain my title, and then you're going to negotiate me a new contract, more money, and pay me, and respect me for the A-lister that I am. So maybe we get that, you know, build up, and we get to see where this goes on SmackDown. So I hope they continue it, you know. They've been very undecided about what they want to do. One report says they want to end the Miz-Daniel Bryan storyline for the fact that they don't want to give hope to everybody that Daniel Bryan's going to come back. I don't see him coming back against a match with the Miz anyway. It would be fucking a waste of Daniel Bryan's talent. But, you know, then they stopped it and they put Dolph Ziggler in Daniel Bryan's place, and then we got interaction between Daniel Bryan and the Miz again tonight. After we heard and read that they were not going to have any interaction, that they were going to be far away from each other. So obviously the reports were bullshit. The match itself, it's very difficult for me to care about this match, man. And I want to care about the Intercontinental Championship because I am one who respects the legacy of that title. And everybody that's fucking held it. And the childhood that I've had growing up, watching everybody who's held that title defend it and make it prestigious. The hands that it's fucking went into. Hart, Perfect, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H. You guys name it. Razor Ramon, right? All these different guys making this title the second biggest title in the company. Now it's in the Miz's hands. He hasn't done much with it. He hasn't done much with it. He can tout that he's 160 days as Intercontinental Champion. He means jack shit to me. Jack shit. You know? But the way that he is as a character portrayed, it doesn't do the title any good. And the fact that this storyline is non-existent. This is WWE giving us Dolph Ziggler again in a storyline that nobody gives a shit about because they were afraid to continue with Daniel Bryan. So Ziggler now, not only is he one of those guys that they're portraying who can't win the big one, he's like plan B. He's not even the fucking go-to guy for a storyline. He's plan B. He is Daniel Bryan's plan B because they didn't want to continue on with Bryan's storyline. So, I'm not going to take anything away from these guys. Both of them, Miz and Ziggler, they wrestled better here than they did at SummerSlam. Ziggler was fighting for the WWE Championship. I don't know what Dolph Ziggler was doing on Sunday night when SummerSlam was happening. But obviously, he wrestled as if he didn't give a fuck. Tonight, Ziggler gave a fuck. He wrestled better tonight for the IC title than he did against Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam. So I don't know what the fuck happened there. The Miz, this might have been one of... and I'm not a fan of The Miz. I don't dissect Miz matches. I don't like talking about Miz matches. I don't even like watching Miz matches. But I watched this one. I didn't care, but I watched it. The Miz probably had the best match that I've seen him wrestle in a very, very long time. It was a good match. It's just, I don't care. And if I don't care, I'm going to tell you, I don't care. Skull-crushing finale at 18 minutes, these guys went. 18 minutes and 11 seconds. And Maurice had a huge part in this fucking ending. She sprayed Ziggler in the eyes with, I don't know if it was mace, hairspray. I don't know what it was, but it was something that she took out of her fucking blouse. Where she put it, I don't know. Probably, it was, You guys get the fucking visual. Skull-crushing finale was the way this one ended because Miz was blinded. He walked right into a skull-crushing finale. Miz retains. I felt just a little bit that Bryan might come out and do something about the Miz cheating. Maybe we'll find out what happens on SmackDown Live on Tuesday because I know Daniel Bryan's seen that and maybe they continue on with the storyline. But the match was very good. It's just the fact that there was no storyline here and that this match was made out of the blue. It's tough to care about the Intercontinental Championship when you're giving me nothing to care about. So The Miz wins, retains, 18 minutes, skull-crushing finale. Ziggler loses yet again. Yet I'm supposed to care about what Mr. Ziggler does on WWE television. Just like how everybody's supposed to care about Bray Wyatt. Oh, I'm a god. I'm the new face of fear. I'm the new face of this. I'm fucking the eater of worlds. I'm the darkness that fucking consumes your soul. Whatever the fuck this guy wants to talk about. You are not the face of fear, Mr. Wyatt. And it pains me to fucking say this about Bray Wyatt. And I know it's not his fault. I know it's not his fault. This is WWE Creative's fault. This is Kevin Dunn's fault. This is Vince McMahon's fault. Triple H's fault. Stephanie McMahon's fault. It's somebody's fault. Not Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is not the face of fear. Bray Wyatt is the face of failure. That's the way they portray him on television. Now, I wasn't on Twitter all day. I wasn't really tweeting most of the day because I was driving back from Atlantic City. That's why I watched CM Punk get fucking destroyed with my best friend down there. But I had heard Randy Orton was fucking hurt. He was not able to fight because of concussion-related reasons. So Bray Wyatt comes out and he wants the bell to ring and a 10 count to be made, pretty much proclaiming Randy Orton's forfeit. The bell rings. Bray Wyatt's declared the winner. And then the ring announcer comes out and says, oh, Mr. Wyatt has an opponent lined up for him tonight, and he will fight in a no disqualification matchup. I'm looking at my brother as we watch the pay-per-view, and I'm like, I fucking hope to Christ this is not fucking Kane. And all of a sudden we hear the fucking fireworks go off, the fucking shitty theme music. He looks over at me, he starts laughing. He's like, oh, how'd you know? I'm like, how did I know? How did I know? Mr. Get Off My TV will not get off my TV. The shirt is not working as well as it should, man. Seriously. Barbershopwindow.com if you guys want to get Off My TV merchandise, man. Just like it says in the thumbnail. Just like it says in the fucking layout. Look at that. It's officially sponsored by Barbershop Window. I wish I was officially sponsored by fucking Clorox for this match. Or NyQuil because I was awake. And I did not want to be awake. Kane sucks. I'm sorry. Kane is awful. Why this guy is on my fucking television, why he's on a pay-per-view, why he's beating Bray Wyatt on pay-per-view, why? Why? I just don't understand it. This is mind-boggling to me. The face of fear, the face of failure is Bray Wyatt. I mean, what is Kane doing with his WWE career? Nothing. He was drafted in the fucking 17th round for SmackDown. Bray Wyatt was in... What was he in? He had to be in the top 15 for SmackDown Live. They got something so great in Bray Wyatt. Hell, let's feed him to Kane. Where's Kane going on television? Nowhere. If Bray Wyatt needs anything, it's a win. And if WWE needs to do anything as far as Bray Wyatt's character goes for television, he needs a huge reset. Seriously, he needs to turn babyface. People legit were booing this entire match for the simple reason that fucking Kane was in the match. People were booing when Kane won. That's all you need to know, and that's all you need to hear. If I was Bray Wyatt, I'd let my contract run out, go to TNA, and feud with Matt Hardy. That's it. That's it. Now, I don't know why this match was booked the way it was, and why Bray Wyatt lost. He did lose to outside interference because of an RKO. So, I mean, if Randy Orton is doing RKOs, then I'm pretty sure he's good enough to pass a concussion test. He should be taking no impact whatsoever. He should be doing nothing whatsoever. But Bray Wyatt lost due to an RKO, but he still lost. Bray Wyatt should not be losing. Do you know Bray Wyatt hasn't won a match since his Battleground 2015 match against Roman Reigns? 1 year. Pay-per-view. He hasn't won a match on pay-per-view in 1 year. This is the man that I gave you statistics on. He lost 30% of his matches in WWE. His entire time on the main roster. 30% he won. He lost 70% of his matches. So if you have a 70% losing percentage compared to a 30% winning, that's fucking terrible. And that's what WWE thinks about Bray Wyatt. This match was fucking... listen, I mean, I honestly, I just did not care. I did not care. Neither should you. The only thing that we should care about is how fucking disgusting it is that Bray Wyatt's being treated the way he is by WWE Creative. Kane wins with a chokeslam. Tag team title match, Usos versus Rhino and Slater. This was probably the best moment of the entire show. And Slater was fucking destroyed most of this match. Obviously, the hot tag to Rhino pretty much made the building fucking come down. And it was a gore to Jimmy Uso at 9 minutes and 57 seconds. I was legit fucking happy for Heath Slater. And I'm going to tell you this. I was one of those people who hated this fucking free agent storyline. I thought this was just fucking juvenile and so stupid. But I gotta give WWE credit. This and everything that led up to this got Heath Slater over. And Heath Slater is probably the most over superstar on the entire roster of SmackDown with Rhino. That says something. That is what I like. Now, I know I can be very critical at times, but I do see the bigger picture. I didn't see it then, I see it now. Rhino and Slater, I'm glad they won the tag team championships. The Usos did not need the tag team championships. The Usos can win the titles back, and they could be the heels to the face team of Rhino and Slater. They can hold the titles for a week, 2 weeks, no mercy, whatever the case may be. Rhino and Slater are going to lose the titles to the Usos eventually. And then American Alpha is going to chase, and then American Alpha is going to have that heel team to feud with, and they are going to be the flag bearers for the tag team SmackDown division. Okay? That's what's going to happen. But right now, to end this storyline, to give these guys a conclusion, Slater and Rhino needed to win, and I'm glad that they did. The place went fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy. When he hit that gore, people went legit fucking nuts. Rhino and Slater are your tag team champions. I like it. I like them as a team. I'm glad for Heath Slater that he got over. The guy has been looking for something like this for the last fucking God knows how long. I am surprised that WWE reinvented Rhino the way that they did. Rhino was supposed to be an enhancement guy. He was brought up from NXT to be an enhancement talent. Now he's tag team champion. You can't go wrong with that, man. SmackDown, they've done a lot of things wrong. But this is one of the few things they did right. They utilized their talent, and they made Rhino and Slater more over than anybody on the entire roster. You got to give props where props are due, and WWE did a great job with the storyline and the conclusion. Rhino and Slater are your tag team champions. Good shit right there. Probably the best moment of the entire night. SmackDown World Title, Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles. This was the main event, 25 minutes. Everybody came into this thinking, you know what, AJ Styles has got to win. I said the same thing. AJ Styles has got to win. Why did he have to win? Well, he's on a winning streak. You got to keep AJ Styles' momentum. He just beat John Cena at SummerSlam. Why not? Dean Ambrose right now is stale as stale can be. He's as stale as fucking 3-week-old bread that's been left open on the fucking kitchen counter. Rock hard. Disgusting. Ambrose needed to fucking go in here and have a good match and really just solidify himself as someone who could work. I haven't really been impressed with Ambrose's work lately. This was going to be a true test for him to get in there with someone who can legit work with the best on the planet. And that's exactly what he did, man. I was impressed by Dean Ambrose at the fact that he worked with AJ Styles so well. There was a few hiccups here. Obviously, it wasn't the most perfect match that we've seen. There was a few sloppy moments here. Some moments that made me roll my eyes. Some moments that I was really legit concerned for AJ Styles' well-being. He landed hard on several different occasions, you know. But in the end, they had a great match. A match that was definitely worthy, not only of a main event, but worthy of being called a WWE Championship match. And I'm glad that this match ended the way it did. A lot of people said, you know what, AJ Styles is coming into the WWE. He will never amount to anything. This guy's going to be mid-card for life. This guy's he's not going to ascend the ranks of WWE. He's a hired gun by WWE from New Japan. He's an ex-TNA guy, TNA Hall of Fame. WWE's never going to push an ex-TNA face of the company as their own. Now he's the face that runs WWE. Never mind fucking Smackdown. Because he's the WWE champion. AJ Styles already was the best wrestler on the fucking planet. Now he's got the hardware to prove to everybody that not only is he the best, but he's certainly the best in the WWE. I'm fucking happy for him, man. I looked over at my brother and I told my brother, I'm like, listen, AJ Styles is everything that we grew up watching, everything that we loved about old school WWE. You look at AJ Styles and that's exactly what I see. I see someone who is the legit fucking best in that ring. He goes in there and you know AJ Styles is going to have a fucking match of the year candidate. He's that fucking good. Every match he's had in WWE has been great. Great. And this one was right up there. Sloppy moments. Ambrose, you know, I don't know where they're going with Ambrose. Honestly, I think Ambrose needs to, you know, I wouldn't say turn him heel immediately. I would do a role reversal, to be honest with you. I would turn Bray Wyatt face, and I would turn Dean Ambrose heel. Really. I would like to see a formation of the Shield, and I would like to see Rollins be, you know, that guy to try and take down the Triple H Empire on Monday Night Raw, and there's no way he can do it by himself. He's got to enlist the help of Ambrose and Reigns. I want to see that happen. I want to see that happen, but I think in the end, what is going to be best for Dean Ambrose is that a heel turn is going to do him good. This guy's not a lunatic. This cheesy, PG version of Dean Ambrose is not a fucking lunatic. It really is not. You know? He needs to be heel, and he needs to really show me why this guy is a lunatic fringe. I just lost interest in Dean Ambrose. You know? He hasn't had the most successful WWE Championship reign. You know, I'm happy for him that he got the opportunity, but it's not his time anymore. AJ Styles' time is now. Now, the funny thing with AJ Styles is, yeah, it's his time, and obviously he's sporting around the John Cena headband, or the armband, and Cena's going to be out for 2 months, but what's going to happen when John Cena comes back? AJ Styles is going to give us match after match, 5-star classic after 5-star classic. He's going to be WWE champion up until John Cena comes back. And what's going to happen? You think AJ Styles is going to beat John Cena again clean? No. John Cena is going to come back, and John Cena is going to be the one to take the belt off of AJ Styles. That's where it's going. So enjoy it now. Enjoy it now. AJ Styles is the fucking king of the world right now. WWE champion. You know? He's wrestled 3 times for the WWE Championship. This is the 3rd time. 3rd time is the charm. We didn't think he'd get 3 fucking title matches in his entire run in WWE. He's had 3 fucking title opportunities in 2016 alone. And he finally won it. But it's a bittersweet victory for AJ Styles. Yeah, we're happy for him now. He had a great fucking match with Dean Ambrose. Like I said, sloppy here and there, but this is leading to a rematch with John Cena. And John Cena is not going to lose clean again to the same man. No way. John Cena is going to eventually take the WWE Championship off of AJ Styles. But this match was worthy of something that was main event. No question. The moves that Dean Ambrose, Dean Ambrose, there's just something about him, man. The middle rope suicida he does, that fucking dive through the ropes, is fucking awful. Absolutely awful. That fucking springboard clothesline he does off the middle rope is fucking awful. I mean, I'm looking at AJ Styles fucking brilliantly pull out move after move after move. The guy's got an unlimited move set. I'm looking at AJ Styles, and this guy's fucking great. I look at Dean Ambrose. It's the same tired bullshit. Weak. Just like the Usos turned heel, they got more aggressive. I think Dean Ambrose needs a heel turn. I think Dean Ambrose needs to be aggressive. You know? It's just not working out for him. I think taking the belt off of him was the best thing to do. And obviously with the momentum that AJ Styles has accumulated over the last couple of months, with beating John Cena at SummerSlam, there was no way he was going to go into this match not being the WWE Champion in the end. Good decision. 25 minutes, Styles wins. Styles Clash, which they protected. I thought that he was going to kick out of the Styles Clash. He almost fucked it up, too. I don't know what Ambrose was trying to do there, but at the end, if you guys seen, I don't know if he was trying to block it and evade it. He didn't have his arms positioned to the point where AJ Styles can wrap his legs around his arms and slam. I don't know what was going on there, but that could have been a fucking botch if not done correctly. So, the Styles Clash did it. One, I'm glad they protected it. Nobody should be kicking out of the Styles Clash. And that got it done. AJ Styles is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And the pay-per-view went off the air at 10:38. So they had a whole 20 minutes to give us something else. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like I said, the first thing I said, this reminded me of an NXT TakeOver special. And they made the most with the time they were given and the matches that they had presented to us. You can't complain. In the end, it was a good show. I was very pleased about what we seen tonight. It was a good wrestling show on a Sunday night. And being that it's its first pay-per-view for Smackdown, I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I hope that they do better as far as storyline, match planning, and I hope we see some new names get thrusted into prominent roles like a Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews. And I want to see storylines take shape and develop and really get me invested moving on into No Mercy. Because Backlash, it was a great wrestling show. In the end, it was a great wrestling show, but underneath that, there was really not much to care about. I hope they fix that aspect of it going into the next pay-per-view, which is No Mercy, second week of October. And that's all I can ask for, man. But that is your review. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up and check out literally everything after YouTube fucked me this week with the fucking sub boxes. Awful. I don't know what's going on, man. I feel like fucking stagnant here on YouTube. I'm still getting the fucking views, but it's like the comments are fucked up, the likes are fucked up. I don't know what's going on. People are not getting my videos all weekend. Now, JD, I didn't get off the script in the sub boxes. Did you upload it? Well, I don't know. Why don't you go to the fucking channel and check? I don't know what YouTube's doing. I don't know. Don't know what's going on, man. But if you guys are on YouTube listening to this, obviously, make sure you guys check out literally everything I did over the weekend. I uploaded like fucking 6 or 7 videos in light of CM Punk and Backlash. Go check it out. Off the Script is live. If you guys are listening to this on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, and Google Play Music, obviously you guys, leave me a rating on there, leave me a comment, let me know what you enjoyed about Backlash, all that. Follow me on Twitter at JD206 and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get up there, man. We're aiming towards 64,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we are a 5-star rated podcast on iTunes, man. I'm JD. I'll be back for Monday Night Raw review, and then right back into Tuesday with Smackdown, and then Wednesday, the final of the Cruiserweight Classic. Can't wait to see what's going on with that. Until then, I'm JD. Thank you guys for listening and watching, and I'll see you guys later this week with more great WWE content. Until then, take care. I'll talk to you guys soon.